mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpa at tama. Buhay atenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng pera. Punong at tulong, lipad na Blue Eagle, galing hiding at tigil, blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan.
Rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit Music Ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Joining us tonight. Welcome to JMM Radio, the radio program of the Jesuit Music Ministry. And of course, kami na naman po ang inyong tandem sa gabi. Tandem sa gabi.
Tuwing Miyerkules ng gabi.
Tuwing Miyerkules ng gabi lang naman po. Of course, ako po si Justin Pontino mula sa Radyo Katipunan.
Ako po si Lester mula sa Jesuit Music Ministry, and we welcome you to another edition of JMM Radio. Special edition to part 2, Justin, of our Choirantunes, because we will feature a number of Choirantunes for today.
So kung matatandaan po nyo, last week, we had our very first special episode run of JMM Choirantunes. Nakakabulol. Choirantunes. Yan yung version natin nung term, no? Kasi nga, we are featuring choirs who actually sing or do covers of original JMM songs. So, yung mga interpretations nila, yun yung ipini-feature natin sa ating special episode. That's, of course, dedicated for them. At balita ko, Lester, special ang gabi natin ngayon.
Yes. Last week, we had our friends from Hangad who joined us for a special episode. And then tonight is also a special episode because we have friends from the music ministry that are joining us as well.
Yes. Ayan, so abangan nyo na mamaya sa ating programa, no. Again, you're listening to JMM Radio, and you're hearing us live right now on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM on Facebook. So we're live on Facebook. Of course, you can also check us out on our YouTube account. Of course, if you missed this episode, no, you can find it there. Yon. And what else? Of course, all the songs that you're going to hear tonight, of course, can always be streamed through our to our various digital music platforms, and that is, of course, through Spotify, Apple iTunes, Deezer. There's Amazon Music, and there's also the most recent one, YouTube Music. Of course, just look for the JESCOM profile, the JESCOM PH profile. Ayan.
Correct.
Okay, so sige. Huwag natin patagalin pa. Excited, malamang alam ko excited na yung ating mga kaibigan na malaman kung sino yung ating mga special guests tonight na, of course, galing din sa ating ministry. But before we do that, of course, let's move on now to, again, sabi nga natin, this is their night, no? Yung ating mga kaibigan sa ministry. We want to feature their covers of our JMM songs. So let's move on to our next cover, no? And this one,
yes,
dito magkakaroon na sila ng clue kung sino yung mga guests natin tonight. Kasi,
may kinalaman din sa unang kanta that we played, which is from Pansol Choir, yung Huwag Kang Mangamba. Composed by Father Mano and Mr. Pagsanhan.
Yes. At dahil dyan, so if you can introduce na siyempre our second song.
Our next song is We Will Rise. It's a Choirantune coming from Teeny Choir. Of course, the song is composed by our friends from the Bukas Palad Music Ministry, si Bok Arandia at si Noel Miranda.
And so ayan na. So binigyan natin yung clue. So of course we will have with us after song our good friends from Bukas Palad Music Ministry. Of course we have Miss Norman, we have Ali Figueroa, and all the way from Tokyo, Japan, tama ba? Candice Cabutihan-Cipulo. Yeah. So abangan niya mamaya after this song from Teeny Choir, We Will Rise.
As we gather round the table at the banquet of the King, we lay down upon your altar all our hungers deep within. Now we pray that in your goodness you may take all that we give. Use our every strength or weakness so that all the world may live. Eat this bread, and in you believe, we become whom we receive, and from death and strife we will rise. We strive to be your presence, that your life we may embrace, to be bread and wine for others, to reflect your life and word. Make us all your sons and daughters.
All right. And we are back.
All right.
Of course, this is still JMM Radio, the radio program of the Jesuit Music Ministry. Ako po si Justin Pontino muli from Radyo Katipunan. And of course, ang aking kasama, saan na?
Ako po si Lester Mendiola ng Jesuit Music Ministry. Kayo po ay nanonood ng JMM Radio dito sa Radyo Katipunan, the voice of the Blue Eagle.
At syempre kasama po natin, kitang-kita nyo ngayon sa inyong mga screens sa ating mga kaibigan mula sa Bukas Palad Music Ministry. Yes, palakpakan. Asa na yun? Syempre ako rin nagpa-control ng palakpakan. So, ayan.
Introduce natin sila, Just.
Okay, so of course...
May seniority ba?
Wala naman.
Nakabistuhan.
Okay, hindi ako nagsabi niyan. Ikaw yan. Siyempre ko yung director. Bahala ka dyan. Okay, so please do the honors, Lester.
Siyempre, unahin natin ang founder ng Bukas Palad.
Yes,
Norman?
of course.
Norman po, magandang gabi sa inyo, Les and Justin, at sa lahat ng nakikinig sa kanilang mga tahanan.
Yes. Where are you calling from, Norman?
Live from Quezon City.
Ayan. And then, of course, we have Ali Figueroa.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Hi Lester, hi Justin.
Hi, Ali.
From Marikina.
Ayan,
And you are calling from the valleys of Marikina. Yes, very much. And of course, ang ating the rose among the thorns.
International.
Yes, Lester. Siya?
Mula sa Japan, si Candice.
Hello, magandang gabi po.
Ayan. Thank you for joining us.
Ano bang time
Candice,
difference
where are you
sa Japan?
calling from?
From Tokyo, Japan.
Okay. Wow,
Time
international.
difference, 1 hour lang. So,
1 hour.
8:50 dito.
Okay. Ayan. So, exactly sa Japan, sa mismong Tokyo or?
Yes. Mismo Tokyo.
Tokyo mismo. Okay, ayan. Okay. So, mga kaibigan, of course, we will be joined by our friends for a night of talk. And of course, pag-uusapan din natin yung ating mga yung mga sinabit ng mga quarantine na naman ako. Yung mga sinabit na quarantune.
Choirantunes o kaya quarantunes.
Yun. So, yan. So, of course, di ba, syempre, we have our friends then with us to also talk about their own experiences of doing this kind of quarantines. Kasi di ba, they also have their own versions. So, kayo ba, did you have any like, any sharing that you'd like to give us on making your own versions of your quarantines?
Si Candice marami ikakwento yan dahil siya yung pinaka nagtrabaho nung palabas namin ang aming global version. Nung debut naman ang global version.
Hindi
malone si Candice ang nagtrabaho dyan. So go Candice.
Well, hindi ko nag-joke lang naman ako. Hindi naman yan, hindi talaga siya project, pero nagsimula siya, nag-prayer meetings kaming Bukas Palad tuwing Wednesday din. And one night, I think on sa first meeting namin, na-bring up ko lang na, nakakamiss kumanta, and meron din ako ditong choir dito sa Tokyo sa trabaho ko, and I made a virtual choir video just for us sa aming choir na dinistribute namin sa mga ka-office mate. Tapos parang natuwa sila na nakakatuwa na parang for them music was very inspiring na lahat kami remotely nag-work pero they saw us together, ganyan. So naisip ko lang, sabi ko ginawa ko na yun for our group pero 10 lang kami. Sabi ko kaya ko yan. Sabi ko kung sino gustong mag-submit. Then we chose the song na everybody knew in Bukas Palad na whatever generation you were. Alam nila yung In Him Alone, and the message was very, apt for the situation now. Tapos, yun. Tapos sabi ko lang, sige, invite natin lahat. ayun, 59 videos later. Nakakatuwa to see so many people submit. Tapos yung iba, syempre, hindi ko sila kalala kasi matagal na akong hindi tumitira sa Pilipinas. So, it was really nice to see all of those faces.
So, did I hear that right? You've already done 59 videos or 50?
No, sorry. 59 submissions of Bukas Palad. Kasi I was expecting
kasi kung 59 yung cast, no?
Oo, sabi ko, siguro kung 20 kayang-kaya.
You have to put together 59 videos.
Yeah, tsaka pagbalansin yung mga boses. Buti hindi kumakanta si Jandy, nagka-sign language lang sa hindi ko mix yung boses siya.
Really nice addition din na si Jandy was able to join. So.
Yeah, of course, but of course we imagine how difficult it is kasi, di ba, to mix it all together into one whole thing kasi nga dahil nga iba-iba yung mga boses. Baka may times pa nga that iba-iba yung timing ng pagkanta or or there might be some unnecessary pauses, I guess, na may encounter. So yun, sometimes it all boils down then sometimes to the mixing of the songs and whatnot. So, but it's still a great feat, diba? And this is what we see in these creations na talagang they were all labors of love.
Actually, Justin, ang nakakatuwa nga is, so syempre nung nagsimulang mag-submit, mga 4 pa lang yung nakuha ko. I tried to just put them all together. Medyo kinakabahan ako, sabi ko. Kasi nga, mahirap na eksakto talaga pare-pareho kayo ng phrasing, pare-pareho kayo ng hinga, di ba? Kasi hindi kayo magkakasama. Kinabahan ako umpisa, tapos noong padami, sabi ko, ang galing-galing na hindi ko talaga kinailangan wala na ako kinailangan gawin. Pinagpatong-patong ko lang lahat sila. And syempre, inano ko yung volume kasi mga bass, ang dami-dami nag-submit. Pero kinailangan ko lang siyang kumbaga volume control. Pero the rest, lumabas talaga yung sound ng choir without us expecting na, ganun lang pala kadali. Pagsama-sama mo lang lahat. Nakaka-humble din to see na iba-iba kami ng tono, iba-iba kami ng timbre ng boses ba, iba-iba ng style, ganun. Pero once you hear all of them together, parang tunog talagang choir. So nakakatuwa.
At saka nakakatuwa, Candice, to see the Bukas Palad from different parts of the world together. Kasi di ba kapag naman nagko-concert na parang yung active members lang normally yung kasama sa cast, pero to see should I say different generations of Bukas Palad?
Oo, tanggap naman namin yung
kasama. Pumreno pa ako eh.
Oo, nag-ano ka pa ha, nag-buckle ka pa. Pero parang when you've heard their versions, parang it's as if hindi pa rin, parang recording pa rin sa concert eh. Alam mo yon, yung parang hindi mo iisipin na pinagtagpi-tagpi mo lang siya. Parang iisang tunog pa rin siya, just like when you actually listen to them on a live concert or live singing. So wala iba pa rin talagang tunog eh. So yun lang masasabi ko, that's my personal opinion on it, diba? So yun. Basta idol ko kayo lahat. Ayun, okay. So
just nabanggit ni Candice kanina na they have their prayer sessions with Bukas Palad. Can you guys share with us paano yun yung ginagawa? So maybe the other choirs can also do the same.
Well, napag-usapan ng ilang members sa Bukas Palad one time na also nag-chat na kami sa Facebook, and we were thinking since wala na tayong Tuesday, Thursday rehearsals, baka there's still an opportunity to get together to pray dahil nga sa sitwasyon natin. And so we did that, no? So sinumula namin Wednesdays, we have members of the Christian Life community who organize yung mga prayer meetings namin. And so on Wednesdays, Jetching would gather us together at a specific time and to lead us in prayer. Sabado naman may rosary din kami. Ayun, and then paiba-iba yung cast kasi whoever is available at that time that is specified on a Wednesday or a Saturday, nandun kami, no? Tapos, on Wednesdays, for example, after praying together, yung iba gustong may time pa, so they stay on longer for sharing. At doon ata napag-usapan yung unang In Him Alone video na ginawa ni Candice.
Alright. So, sa mga choirs natin who are watching us, if they are not yet doing that, ang ECQ sa NCR ay medyo magtatagal pa hanggang 15 pa ng May, no? And hopefully malift na yung ECQ. Pero
who knows, diba? Who knows?
Oo, kasi parang parang medyo parang mahirap mag-gather pa rin. And we're not sure how the choir rehearsals will look like. Na-discuss nyo ba yun, Ali, sa Bukas Palad, how it will look like in the next few months?
Walk out.
Walk out si Ali.
Ay, okay. Wala si Ali sa ating sa Let me just...
Well, siguro to begin that discussion sa tanong ni Lester, yes, napag-usapan namin, no? I mean, there have been articles you've read na kaya nagkaroon ng may mga namatay sa corona dahil sa mga choir practice din, no? In the US, for example, no? So there are articles on that na they did not realize na one was infected. So nag-gather sila for practice at doon nakahawaan. Ali, we were talking about yung how the group will be in the coming months. So we're taking it a step at a time, really. Ngayon na Mayo na, bigla naming naisip, we have just 1 month, for example, until the 34th anniversary of Bukas Palad, no? Usually we mark our anniversary with a concert, no? And so pinag-iisipan namin ngayon, with Ali being the brains behind everything here, on how we can nonetheless celebrate with our friends like you, kahit ECQ.
Correct. Yep, we're antayin namin, Norman, yung mga updates niya about that. In passing, nag-usap kami ni Ali about the plans for anniversary. Of course, mag-celebrate pa rin tayo. No? Alright, Justin, siguro mag-play tayo ng isang Choirantune muna.
Yep. Let's try to play this one. This is from a group. It's an all-male group. They call themselves the St. Gregory Choir. And here's their cover of Paghahandog. Yeah. So let's listen to the St. Gregory Choir with their rendition of Paghahandog. Of course, you're still tuned in to JMM Radio, and don't go away.
Lahat ng ito'y nagmula sa iyo. Muling ihahandog sa'yo, buong puso kong inaalay sa'yo. O Diyos, o Panginoon, lahat ay biyayang aming inampon. Aming at kakayahan, ito'y para lamang sa iyong kalwalhatian. Ang nais ko ay matamo lamang ang pag-ibig mo. Lahat ay wala nang kailangan, sapat na ito. O Diyos, o Panginoon, lahat ay biyayang aming inampon. Aming buhay kaligayahan, ito'y para lamang sa iyong kaluwalhatian. Ang tanging ninanais ko ay matang lamang ang pag-ibig mo. Lahat ay iiwanan ko, wala nang kailangan sa panahito. O Diyos, o Panginoon, lahat ay biyaya, aming inambot, aming buhay at kakayahan. Ito'y para lamang sa iyong kalwalhatian. Ito'y para lamang sa iyong
Alright, at nagbabalik na naman po ang JMM Radio, the radio program of the Jesuit Music Ministry sa inyong Facebook Live ngayong gabi. Of course, if you are tuned in to... Nakalimutan ko, wala nga pala tayong radyo. Of course, if you're tuned in to our Facebook page at Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM, of course, you can view us there live and loud. Of course, you've just heard a special Choirantunes version of Paghahandog, and that was by St. Gregory Choir. It's an all-male choir, Lester.
Mula yan sa mga kaibigan natin sa Parañaque.
Mukhang familiar yung mukha ng isang member doon.
Si Migs Miguel.
Si Migs ba yun?
At saka si member
Miguel.
Si Lucky Robles, parang finalist sa Tawag ng Tanghalan.
Oh, okay. Star-studded pala. Star-studded. Ayan, no? Ayan. So, nakakailan na tayo. Nakakatatlo na tayong Choirantunes. So, maraming salamat po sa mga submissions na inyong pinadala sa amin. Yeah, by the way, di ba, we have this initiative of, we're promoting choir groups and singing groups to send in their versions, no, your cover versions of Choirantunes, their old versions of Choirantunes, para i-feature natin not just here in our during our show, but also we plan to post it in our Facebook pages, diba? So
correct.
Just of Radyo Katipunan and Jesco.
So just tag Jesuit Communications or PM us the links. Tapos we will pick the choirs per week. Habang naka-quarantine tayo. We don't really know kung makakapag-feature na tayo ng mga choirs sa studio natin. So for now,
tagal-tagal pa, lalo na
we take advantage of this. Bawal lang social distancing sa RK eh.
Lalo na ang late ng studio ng Radyo Katipunan. So imaginein mo, di ba, yung 4 or 5 nga lang na tao, kumbaga, masikip na, dadagdagan mo pa ako, di lalo, di wala na social doon. So,
Ayan.
Yeah, speaking of the quarantine, kamustahin muna natin sila. Ano lang muna, parang on a more personal level. Mamaya na muna yung choir, individually, like how are you faring right now, or how are you doing in our kasi we're already running 2 months na in quarantine. So, kumusta kayo sa inyong quarantine life? Let's start with the international one. Si Ali. Si Ali na tagaan. Si international yung background ni Ali eh.
Kunwari lumabas para mabilis ang hindi kasi naman sanay kasi kung magtrabaho sa bahay before quarantine mo. Parang a lot of work naman can be done sa computer. Since I do a lot of work in graphic design, communications, marketing. Hindi naman yan yung mga office work talaga. So akala ko noong una madali lang yung ECQ eh. Kasi parang medyo business as usual ng konti. So bilang sanay ako magtrabaho sa bahay, sabi ko ayan, okay yan, mababawasan yung pagsuong sa traffic, mababawasan yung pagpunta sa meeting. Ang nakakagulat para sa akin, as we have, day 50 na ba ngayon? 51? Ang nakagulat, nakakapagod pala na hindi lumalabas. So, yung, di ba, na parang pare-parehong tao nakikita, pare-parehong nasa paligid. Pagkatapos para sa akin, halimbawa, hindi nagbago yung trabaho. Yung dami ng trabaho, yung bigat ng trabaho. I work with Ateneo. Mahirap ang buhay ngayon sa mga eskwelahan kasi parang nag-isip kami paraan para paano magpatakbo ng eskwelahan na walang pumapasok. So, parang to contrast those two, no? Parang it's really very strange. Parang malaking pagsubok. At palagay ko hindi lang dito, no? Hindi lang naman sa akin yan. Nung una, akala ko ako lang yung napapagod na sa stress eh. Tapos parang hindi ako nagkikwento masyado. And then I started hearing other people talking about the same things, having the same feelings. So, sama-sama naman tayo kahit na hiwa-hiwalan. Talagay ko parang may pinagdadaanan tayo ng sabay-sabay. So, yun na lang siguro yung consolation that while we're going through this separately, we're learning something together as well. Hopefully, we appreciate each other's closeness better once we don't have to deal with internet, with broadcasting content. Yun. So, yun ang mahabang kwento sa
siguro I will agree dun sa yung absence of personal presence, no, yung seeking kahit yung simpleng touch lang di ba? Lalo na kung if you're that type of person na very touchy or yung love language sometimes, di ba? Parang you try to be more present amongst people. So parang yun yung nakakamiss gawin ngayon, no? Although still virtually medyo kaya, pero iba pa rin eh pag talagang kaharap mo yung tao at nakakausap, nakahawakan. So, di ba? At least hindi multo yung kausap mo, yung parang gano'n. Ayan. How about si Norman? Ayan.
Well, ako very very similar kay Ali, no, because similar din yung trabaho namin. Somehow it's communication based, no. And for many of us in this industry, kung tutusin, kaya namang mag-communicate without having to see people face to face. So, naman kami gumawa ng email o mag-design ng or gumawa ng presentation na walang ibang kausap, no? Kahit nasa isang cubicle ka. So, like him, I thought it was going to be very easy kasi I like also working by myself, yung walang ingay. Even pag nasa office ako, no, I prefer na mag-isa lang ako sa kwarto. Minsan, sinasara ko yung kwarto ko pag very stressed na ako and I need to produce work fast, no? So it seemed like a logical thing na madali tong gawin dahil wala nang sagabal sa etc. But then ganun din you namimiss mo yung amoy ng mall, namimiss mo yung lamig ng aircon sa office, ang dami namimiss, no? So even the things that used to annoy you nung wala pang ECQ, namimiss mo na rin, no? So yung mga ayaw mong makausap, chinachat mo na sa Facebook and so on. Because there is parang a need for us to go back to normalcy somehow, kahit virtual man lang. No? Mm-hmm. So I look forward to those occasions. On the other hand, however, sa palagay ko, it took something like a lockdown for people to get together. No? Yung mga kapatid ko ngayon, regular na kami nag-Zoom meetings, pati mga barkada ko ng high school na halos lahat ay nasa US. Lagi kami nagkita sa Zoom. No? So, there's also now a little more time to watch the movies I like to watch at night. Dahil wala nang Bukas Palad practice and stuff like that. So may pros and cons, but I think more cons. But I think there's also a need for us to realize that many of the things that we're doing now will persist kahit wala nang ECQ. Feeling ko habang wala pa kunyaring vaccine na nagagawa, people will still prefer to be in isolation, will do work from home and such. So, feeling ko na nga kahit may 15 bababa ng level ng konti, no? People will still prefer to just watch and find out what's going to happen and still stay at home and force themselves to work from home, no? So, gano'n.
I also think that there's this certain fear then of the unknown pa rin na parang what's gonna happen after? Even kahit naman ine-extend yung ECQ pero there is still this doubt of what's really gonna happen tomorrow when all of these things just disappear, or if ever it does disappear right away, diba? Parang hindi mo pa rin talaga alam. And I like the point that you mentioned about parang you get to appreciate the smaller things, yung mga things that sometimes you might have taken for granted, yung mga ganyan. So it's a good reminder for everybody. Yun. And of course, yan, alamin naman natin si Candice. Pero kasi si Candice is different kasi syempre she's abroad. No? There might be some differences in sa location and in the
pero second wave daw sa inyo, Candice,
Yes. So we've been dealing with this, sabi ko sa kanila early February kasi 'di ba yung Diamond Princess na cruise ship was here. And so there was already fear pero in fairness sa mga Japanese, feeling ko very sanitary talaga sila from the beginning. Lagi talaga silang nagmamask kahit wala pa to. Before pa to, lahat ng tao nakamask. Especially pag flu season or so parang sa kanila it didn't come as a shock. They knew what to do. They would sanitize their hands, and culturally they're not a touchy-feely culture. Hindi sila nagbabaw lang sila, hindi sila nag-handshake. It's a lot of parang to their advantage, I guess. So nung February pa ito, pero ngayon nga may second wave dahil mas nag-test na sila and all. Pero normal pa rin, the restaurants are closed, pero we can go out. We don't have any directive not to leave, the house. Pero syempre, everybody just prefers to not go. So, bukas pa rin lahat ng trains. You can actually still travel. Marami pa rin nasa park minsan, pero personally lang, parang kanya-kanya na lang as families go. Parang how do you want to? Because if the rest of the world is doing it, you should probably be doing it as well, diba? For the sake of other people who may be compromised or may not be as healthy as you. Yun na lang yung lagi namin iniisip pag nagreklamo yung mga anak ko na wala kasi silang school. Nako, week 9 na kami of no school, and eventually the school said we're not coming back to school. Maybe in September when they're ibang grade na sila, mas mataas na grade. So, para sa amin, we are going through the same things, ganun din. And the more I think for families like who have children at home, syempre minsan meron kaming konting break, 'di ba, sa mga bata kasi nasa eskwela sila. Pero ngayon, 24/7 kailangan nila kami, 'di ba? And all of a sudden laging gutom, laging kailangan ng tulong sa homework and all that. So it's really balancing, and just taking it one day at a time and breathing in and breathing out when you're stressed. Pero yun nga, tulad ng sinabi ni Ali tsaka ni Norman, parang it's a time to reconnect with a lot of people. Tas parang mas naging active nga ako sa Bukas Palad ngayon kasi parang there are more opportunities for people like us overseas to help out sa line up naming mga projects ngayon that will happen very soon.
Candice, question, how's your community in Japan? Do you also have those parang prayer sessions with them? Or nag-rehearse ba kayo online?
Yes. So may choir din ako dito na Filipino choir, yung Himig ko NG. Nanonood sila. Hello. Ganun din. Ako si Ate Pucci, yung aming leader, is very sad.
Hi, Ate Pucci.
Siyempre, life niya yung going to the church, diba? So yun nga, na-inspire din ako ng Bukas Palad. After nung prayer meeting natin, Norms, I invited them. Sumali na rin ako sa Zoom. Kumuha na rin ako ng paid service para I could continue the prayer sessions with Himiko NG. So kami naman every Saturday ng 5, kung ano yung pinag-usapan ng Bukas Palad, kung hinihiram ko minsan yung mga slides ni Je na hindi ko pa sinasabi sa kanya. Pero hinihiram ko yung mga points of reflection niya, tapos parang yun lang, para i-lead ko rin yung aming community here. So every Saturday siguro a bunch, mga 10 people would come and we would reflect on some questions, check how we are, and then pray for each other's petitions. So, ganun din. May rosary din tuwing Wednesday. So, kumaga, may mga extrang nagagawa na hindi ko nagawa before.
Wow. Alright. We featured just yung Himig ko NG last week.
Oo.
Last week.
Marami na rin silang nakapila na ang mga songs nila. At sinabi ko kay Jay, teka muna, pause muna tayo. Kasi na-excite din sila. Kasi natutuwa sila na maraming na-uplift, diba? Parang yun na rin yung prayer nila. Yes.
And I bet kasi nga dahil they already miss serving, singing.
Oo.
And, diba? So, you would understand their excitement, in doing this, these types of initiatives, these projects, diba? Na talagang at least kahit na naka-quarantine sila, it keeps them alive, in short, diba? So, yeah. Ayan. So, dahil dyan, batiin muna natin yung ating mga nanonood na umaabot na sa 100 na ba? Ayan. Ang dami na nanonood sa atin. So,
Bukas Palad.
First, let's try to greet some of them. Of course, nanonood sa atin ang Pansol Choir. Ayan, sabi na thank you Radyo Katipunan. Kasi we played their kanina pala, they were the first Choirantunes that opened our show tonight. Si Kuya Ray Refugio. Ayan. Paki-shout out daw po siya. Mga kaparoke pala namin to sa OLAP. Hello. We have Rack Roldan, Rufino Salbor. Of course, si Cholo Malilin. Hello, Cholo. Thanks for watching.
Hi, Cholo.
Ayan. And then,
just
of course,
batiin din natin
Flair.
si Bukas Palad Online Community Choir ng mga nanonood.
Yes, hello. Hi.
Sina
Hi,
Agatep.
fellow BPOCC. Ayan. Of course, yung ating choir kanina, si St. Gregory Choir, nanonood din sa atin. At si Migs
Miguel. Hello. Si Ricky Pascual, JM Asedera, si Juan Miguel Exaltacion, si Hilda Palarca, Henrik Ocampo, Jessie Kaling, Elaine De Vera, H. Pelonio. Ang dami Odette Santos, maraming salamat po for tuning in to JMM Radio. Ayan. Just pag-play muna tayo ng isang
yes. Sure. Okay, this one, this next entry talaga. Parang competition lang, hindi. This next entry for our Choirantunes, ito ay actually choir from, tama ba, Iloilo?
Yes, Santa Maria Parish Choir, Iloilo.
Yes.
I think it's Jesuit Parish, Father Neo.
Okay. Okay. Ayan, so this is their submission. This is their cover of I Am Ever With You, of course, sung by Himig Jesuita. So, yan, pakinggan natin ang rendition ng Santa Maria Parish all the way from Iloilo. Only here on JMM Radio. Right, you're still tuned in to JMM Radio, the radio program of the Jesuit Music Ministry. At kami po ay nagbabalik kasama ang ating mga kaibigan mula sa Bukas Palad Music Ministry. Of course, nandiyan si Norman Agatep, si Figueroa at si Candice Cabutihan-Cipulo all the way from Tokyo, Japan. Ayan. So maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig sa amin ngayong gabi for this special episode of JMM Radio. Ayan. Okay, so
kakatapos lang natin pakinggan, panoorin ang chorantunes ng Santa Maria Parish Grand Choir all the way from Iloilo. Nakita natin si Father Wayne Sanchez At saka si Father Neo Saicon. Ayan.
Yes,
Lumalabas yung mga talent natin, kapag ganito. Just.
It's either lumalabas na natural o napipilitan. Dahil wala kang choice, kailangan mo mag-participate. Yung mga ganon. Ayun, anyway. So, kayo, siguro ang magandang rin natin alamin, what's in it, ano ba to? More of, how do you foresee yourself in this quarantine or after this quarantine? Parang what would life be for you?
This universe.
Also with the ministry, no? Parang ganon. Parang how do you foresee yourself there in the ministry after this?
Simula natin kay Ali.
Hirap.
Hirap
Hirap ba? Kasi ako kasi tinanong din ako niyang tanong na yan. Hindi ko rin talaga siya nasagot. So I was thinking na baka meron kayong inputs din. Na kasi nga, 'di ba? Parang it's so surreal kasi hindi mo talaga ma-imagine that something like this is happening right before our eyes, na parang it changed a lot So kaya parang kahit siguro sino hindi rin talaga ganun masasagot yung tanong, but ako I'll start na nga lang Since tinanong ko na rin lang naman. Pero sa akin lang siguro yun lang. Parang I still look forward for the light, at the end of the day, na parang baka naman bumalik pa rin dun sa dati. So I'm still hopeful. Ayan. Yun yung sa akin, hopeful. Ayan, okay naman.
Ang hirap ng tanong. Papaisip ako. Ano ba to? Retreat? Justin?
Oo. Di ba philosophical question yun? Philosophical question ba yun?
Mas importante si Justin pagkatapos.
Ayun. Sige, Ali, ikaw. Meron ka na bang mas-share?
Sabi ko, mas after this kasi mas importante yung lumilitaw nga na mga bagay katulad ng radyo katipunan, live streaming, connection. Sobrang importante pala. Ay natin na-appreciate na may quarantine man o wala, di ba? May community dyan, may mga tao naghihintay para marinig yung mga boses, makita yung mga mukha. Like, speaking, di ba, from my experience, di ba? Pag nasa loob na Ateneo na ang ganda-ganda ng campus ng Ateneo, ang daling magpulong, ang daling isipin na yun yung mundo. Pero pagkatapos nitong quarantine, ito naiisip mo na napakahalaga ng connection sa labas, napakahalaga yung lahat ng tao nandun, may ibang inuuwian. So, lumalaki yung mundo natin kahit hindi tayo nakakalabas. So I hope the lessons we learned during this time are kept. Parang we have new skills. I hope we can continue using them. We have a new awareness of how easy it actually can be to connect with people. Katulad sa ni Candice, biglang active uli si Candice sa Bukas Palad. Although talent naman din ni Candice kahit yung nasa Madagascar.
Dahil dyan, Candice, care to answer that?
Ano din, syempre lahat tayo, I think we're in uncertain times. I think unless there is a vaccine that protects us from this, then we can freely, really go back to normal. And while that's not happening, I think, yun nga, we remain hopeful and we remain steadfast in our prayer. Parang, ngayon nga, parang mas nagdadasal ako, kumbaga. Kasi, ngayon, mas naghahanap ako ng consolation kasi yun ang pinakamahirap para sa akin, I think, is the uncertainty na kasi parang nahihirapan ako pag nakikita ko yung mga anak ko na umiiyak, na parang when is this gonna end, na parang sinasabi na lang namin, imagine nyo na lang yung mga stories na pwede nyo sabihin sa mga anak nyo na during my time of COVID, parang meron silang ma-experience, diba, na nung 10 years old ako, ito ang nangyari sa akin. Pero yun nga, remain hopeful and yun nga, distract ginagawa ko, I distract myself with opportunities to be better. Alam nila, Ali, na wala akong creativity at all, wala akong technical skills, pero for some reason, na-move ako ng spirit to try something new and i-try na my hand on editing, sabi ko nga. Buti na lang meron akong asawa na IT person, so siya yung talaga tinulungan ako ng husto. Pero yun, so parang looking for ways to better myself and to help more people in as much as I can. Parang all the anxious energy, doon ko na lang nilalagay. So how can I distract myself to be more helpful, more kind, and to spread whatever it is that everybody needs in my own community and in my own way. Nakapagod din yun minsan. May time na may isang linggo na hindi talaga wala akong gagawin para kanino, para kahit kanino, kasi parang nakapagod na ikaw yung positive energy, tapos bigla na lang, oops, parang I forgot to take care of myself. So yun, parang up and down, take it one day at a time, and yeah. So yun lang yung aking pinanghahawakan ngayon. How can I be more helpful? How can I be more productive and helpful to others?
Thank you. Norman, it's your turn.
Siguro I will just build on what Ali and Candice have already said. No? So agree ako na because times are uncertain ngayon, we will cling on to the things that have worked, that we know will work, regardless of how crazy the situation has been. No? So the love of family and friends, the consolation nature of music, all of those we know have worked. So we will cling to them even more strongly. So the satisfaction of food, yung mga ganyan. And ang prediction ko nga is even beyond this, i-distill natin yung lifestyle natin to be clinging only to those things that really matter pala. Kasi sa akin, if there's anything that I've been taught during this situation is to, as you've mentioned a while ago, is to value the things that really matter and to be able to separate the things that matter from those that don't really pala. Kasi we've discovered nga dahil naka-lockdown tayo, on which things don't really affect our lives a great big deal. So, madali na natin i-separate yun. And ang fearless forecast ko nga is that after the lockdown, we will lead simpler but perhaps more meaningful lives as a result.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Ayan, okay. Ito may ako bigla, no?
Mabigat.
Bigat kasi, totoo naman. Bigat kasi. Kaya talagang this period that we're in right now really requires us to be more discerning and to be more reflective. Kaya sana yun. We hope that our friends as well, those who are watching us right now, can also realize that this is an important time for us to reflect and also to pray. To pray more, to pray hard. So, dahil dyan,
bago tayo mag-recap or particularly ng huling quarantine natin, we just want to invite you to join us. We will have an online healing rosary which will be led by AMRSP. It will be broadcasted live sa Jesuit Communications Facebook page, and we will be praying with different major religious groups, mga Jesuits, Dominicans, at iba pang mga orders will be there praying with us. So that's at 9 p.m.
Yes. So right after this broadcast, actually, kasi kahit sa Radyo Katipunan, it will also go live. So after this broadcast, you can just wait for a few minutes. Siguro yun nga, spend it in silence perhaps, and then once we go live yun, that's the healing rosary that will be again led by the different orders and congregations in the Philippines, that's under the Association of Major Religious Superiors of the Philippines. So yan, mamaya yan 9 p.m. Okay,
Right.
so bago tayo magtapos, ayan, batiin muna natin ulit ang ating mga kaibigan na nanonood sa atin, mga final call out na natin to. Ayan, so yeah, sige, muna ka muna, Lester.
Let's say hi to Kuya Butch Duque, ang St. Paul Choir ng Olap, si Diony Paraba, si Ina Agaran, si May Agaran, si Lea Dasigan. Yung vow singer, sabi nila hello daw, at saka si Anna Hermia ng Pansol Choir. Maraming salamat for
I'm also seeing Jundel Bacaso, Rafael Nazareno who's watching from Naik, Cavite, si Louis Angelo Colliera, si Michelle Ching. Yan, nanonood sa atin. Hi, Ching. Yan. Okay, so so we're almost nearing our end of our show. Siguro let's just get some few messages, no? Your last words for our fans and for all of those who are watching us right now from the Bukas Palad.
Or kung meron silang babatiin.
Kung meron kayong gustong batiin or any announcements then.
Announcements.
Like
I think si Ali may malaking announcement. Go ahead, Ali.
Malaking announcement. We're planning, nabanggit naman ni Norman kanina, but we're working to try to do even more of the choirantunes, more of our songs, finding ways to record them, perform them online, because tuloy ang anniversary of us. We're celebrating 34 years.
Yay.
And, wala pang date, pero we're working hard to try to have an anniversary help celebrate naman the good things that we have, to be thankful, to be grateful, and to hold on to prayer during this time. Bukod pa doon, may in production, so in a few weeks we'll be coming out with several new music videos as well. Ang nakakatuwa dito talaga international. So, players from all over the world are singing together again to be able to share more with everyone. And yun nga, and to, diba, para paipakita na isa lahat sa kanilangin sa kanila. In addition to that, ito kailangan namin ng tulong nito. In 1989, ano ba normal? Ano ba lang? 92. Yeah, we have a 1992 cassette tape, Balang Araw. It's been digitally remastered. So we're also looking to launch that. Ang ganda ng title, bagay na bagay sa panahon ng Balang Araw. So someday, I mean, it's an album about hope. No? It's an album about the impossible things that we believe in. That we know in our hearts that God will grant us it. Yun naman. So we're happy that somehow we're able to sing. We're happy that somehow we're able to celebrate the mid-fall.
Yeah, something to look forward to. Thank you very much.
We're just waiting for your go signal kung kailan natin i-release. The album is already remastered, yung Balang Araw.
Ayan, another new thing to look forward to for our friends in the news. Ayan, baka may gusto pa kayo batiin or any last parting words that
I would just like to thank actually all of our friends who've been following the music in the last 2 months. Hindi namin na-expect, sobrang laki yung spike sa Spotify, no? And for those who've made our music part of your homes and your work from home experience and quarantine experience, thank you for that opportunity to be with you in these difficult times, and do keep the music playing and keep on singing as well. Thank you so much.
All right. Candice?
Salamat sa inyo, Justin and Les, for inviting us today. Last week nanood ako. So salamat sa inyo for doing this for everybody, and we'll all see you on the other side. I mean, we are all gonna be okay, and as long as we keep on praying and virtually being together, we will surpass this.
Thank you. Maraming salamat sa ating mga guests for this evening, si Norman, si Ali, at si Candice. And of course, to all of our viewers who joined us. Kung kayo po ay kakatune in lang, you can view the video later. It's going to stay on the page naman. And then we will upload it also on the Radyo Katipunan YouTube page. Right, Justin?
Parang naka-mute siya.
Justin,
naka-mute.
Pala ako.
Ayan.
Sorry, naka-mute ako. Forgot. Ayan, so of course, yun nga, do subscribe to our social media accounts at facebook.com/Radyo Katipunan and also on YouTube at Radyo Katipunan FM. Of course, if you'd like to watch any replays of any of our shows, not just of JMM Radio, but all of our other shows, of course, including the masses that we always have, every day at 8 in the morning. Isa sa mga bagay na nilook forward din ng marami sa atin, yung celebration of the Holy Eucharist. Ayan. So, ayan, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nanood ngayong gabi. Of course, we will be leaving you tonight with another Choirantune. And this is, of course, this is by the Vow Singers. Tama ba?
Yeah, the Vow Singers. Yes, Be Not Afraid.
Be Not Afraid. Para, yan, just to call everybody not to be afraid during these times. Ayan. So, ayan, maraming salamat po muli sa inyong pakikinig ngayong gabi. Samahan niyo po kami sa susunod na linggo for another edition of JMM Radio. Ako po si Justin Pontino mula sa Radyo Katipunan.
Next week po, abangan ninyo ang Bukas Palad Online Community Choir mula sa iba't ibang panig ng mundo. Ako po si Lester Menjola mula sa Jesuit Music Ministry. And again, we thank our guests, Norman, Ali, and Candice from Bukas Palad.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Saved you, I
rejoice, refresh, renew, and reflect. Join us for an hour of music that uplifts the soul. Listen to your favorite Jesuit Music Ministry artists. This is JMM Radio. JMM Radio. Get your day's dose of inspirational music. Tune in to JMM Radio every Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. Only here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.